Queen Virelia slammed her scepter down. The crystal head cracked against marble, echoing through the vaulted hall. My daughter is pregnant. By this human. Every alien eye locked on Eli Mercer. Scales bristled. Tentacles twitched. The court of House Sorin leaned forward, fangs bared in anticipation. Whispers hissed like steam vents. Eli didn't flinch. He stepped in front of Princess Saivy, blocking her from the sea of stares. His hand brushed her arm, gentle, firm. She pressed closer, her swollen belly just visible under silk robes. Your Majesty, Eli said, voice steady. He bowed his head once, precise. Under Treaty Kinship Clause 17b, I request formal recognition as bond partner and progenitor. The Queen's golden eyes narrowed, her crest flared, iridescent scales rippling. Terran words mean nothing here, engineer. You soil my bloodline. Chancellor Rune Tulvak rose from his podium. His robes whispered as he glided forward, polished claws clicking. The human presumes much. A diplomat's tongue cannot claim a Sorin heir. Eli met the Chancellor's gaze. Rune's face stayed smooth, but his tail lashed once. Betrayal of calculation. Eli had seen it before. Power plays in engine bays, now scaled to thrones. Captain Juno Hale shifted at Eli's side. Her human boots scraped stone. Clause 17b is binding, Chancellor. Eli's registered as provisional kin since the bonding rite. Ignore it, and you void the alliance treaty. Rune's lips curled. Provisional, not proven. The child quickens in Saivi's womb, a surprise that demands purity. Saivi's hand tightened on Eli's sleeve. Her voice cut sharp. Purity? You mean control, Rune. This surprise serves your faction's grab for the throne, the court murmured. A noble's tail slapped the floor. Virelia raised her scepter again, silencing them. Eli kept his stance wide, shielding Savi. Heat from her body warmed his back. Her scent, spice and storm, grounded him. He'd fixed her shuttle's failing core mid-storm. Now this. Prove your claim, human, Rune said. He spread his arms, invoking tradition. Survive the right of public claim. Let the court witness your suitability, or lack. Gasps rippled. Eli's jaw tightened. He'd studied Sorin rights, brutal tests of endurance, laced with politics. Public claim meant bearing one's essence before the court, vulnerability weaponized. Virelia nodded once. The rite proceeds at dawn. Fail, and you exile yourself from our worlds. The child remains Sorin. Savi shoved past Eli's shoulder. No, she grabbed his hand, claws pricking skin but not breaking it. Her eyes blazed into her mother's. I accept the right on his behalf. We face it together. The hall exploded in chaos. Nobles surged to their feet. Rune's crest flattened. A rare slip. Unprecedented. The heir cannot. She can, Virelia thundered. Her scepter pointed at Savi. And she will. Bind them for the right. Guards closed in. 2 Sorin warriors armored in chitin plate seized Eli's arms. Their grips crushed like vices. But Eli didn't resist. He squeezed Savi's hand back. Juno stepped forward, hand on her stun baton. Captain Hale, Eli said low. Protocol. Observe and report. Juno nodded, eyes hard. Terran embassies en route. Hold the line. They dragged Eli and Savi to the dais center, chains of living vine. Sorin biotech snapped around their wrists, linking them. Sayova's belly brushed his side. She leaned in, breath hot on his neck. You didn't have to step forward, she whispered. Eli turned his head. Yeah, I did. Rune circled them, savoring. The right of public claim strips illusions. The court drinks your truths. Human frailty will shatter first. Eli tested the vines. They pulsed, warm and unyielding. He'd jury-rigged worse with plasma torches, but this was no engine. This was their future. Virelia descended the steps. Her shadow engulfed them. Dawn comes swift. Prepare to bear your souls. The court chanted now, low and rhythmic. Scales shimmered under glow orbs. Eli scanned faces. Allies of Rune smirked. Savi's kin looked torn. One noble, an aunt by blood, met Eli's eyes. She dipped her head. Subtle support. Saivi pressed against him. They think you'll break. Show them Terran steel. Eli flexed his bound hands. We show them partnership. Juno hovered at the edge, calm buzzing in her ear. She mouthed, back up inbound. Rune leaned close, voice silk over venom. The vines sense deception. Lie in the right, and they strangle the unworthy. Eli stared him down. Good thing I'm not lying. The Chancellor recoiled a fraction. Varelia laughed. A deep, resonant bark. Escort them to the antechamber. Let the night forge them. Guards hauled them away. The court parted like waves. Whispers followed. Human dead. Air pawned. In the dim antechamber, vines loosened but held. Savy sank onto a bench, pulling Eli down. Her free hand cradled her belly. Ellie knelt before her. What's the right really do? She traced his jaw with a claw. Exposes core truths. Painful. Rune rigged it. Vines keyed to human physiology. They'll overload your nerves. He nodded. Practical. Counter. Ground ourselves. Breathe synced. Like shuttle repairs. Her laugh softened. You fix everything, footsteps echoed. Juno slipped in. Baton holstered. Eli. Write specs from archives. It's empathy overload. Court feeds emotions into you.
Soren handle it via crest buffers. Humans?
No natural shield. Eli stood. Then we build one. Link breaths. Share load. Savy grip tighter. Together. Dawn light filtered through. Eli snatched the datapad from Juno's grip. His finger stabbed the screen. Here. Third convergence. Vines choke the path. They plan to spill royal blood. Syvy leaned over his shoulder, crest flaring violet. Rune's mark. He shifted the air-bearer's procession to overlap guards. Juno crossed her arms, baton humming at her hip. Terran audit confirms. 3 choke points total. Engineered. Eli scrolled faster. Timings jumped out like faulty wiring. First, nursery delegation blocked antechamber exit. Second, court elders funneled through the vine arch. Crest sync delayed. Third, this kill box, where royal blood triggered the vine's purge protocol. Rigged cascade. One spill sets off the rest. Varelia's voice cut from the doorway. She strode in, robes whispering over stone. You see traps I missed, Terran? Eli met her gaze. No boast, just facts. Fixable. The queen's eyes narrowed, scanning the pad. Her claws tapped rhythm. Speak, rewrite the flow. Eli sketched lines on the screen. Simple crowd map, Terran Stadium style. Delegations staggered. Guards wide berth. Air procession first. Clear lane. No overlaps. Vines stayed dormant. Rune slithered in behind her. Smile polished steel. Bold human. Vines obey Soren blood alone. Eli ignored him. Handed the pad to a guard. Implement. Now. The guard hesitated. Varelia snapped claws. Obey the map, or join the vines. Staff scattered. Eli exhaled. One beat down. Juno clapped his shoulder. Good eye, locking entry routes. She keyed her comm. Hail to perimeter, seal east wing. No unscheduled access. Her team fanned out, sealing bulkheads with maglocks. Eli, your kit. She pressed a compact pouch into his palm. Non-lethal. Shock darts, foam restraints, neural stunners, Terran make, human spec. Vines won't flag it. He clipped it to his belt, felt Sayevi's hand tighten on his arm. Her belly pressed against him. A warm curve under silk. Next, she murmured. Registry. Prove the heir's claim before right. Eli nodded. They slipped from the antechamber. Sayevi led, her crest dimmed to blend shadows. Nursery wing lay buried deep. Creche vaults, egg warmers humming. Guards nodded her past. No questions for the heir. She palmed a crystal panel. Hollow bloomed. Heir's registry. Helix-twined sigils. Soren royal line. Eli's genetic marker etched beside Sayevi's. Legal bond. Unbreakable. See? Her claw traced his name. Rune can't erase this. Vines will sense truth. Eli studied the hollow. Human DNA glowed anomalous. Short telomeres, high adaptability. They'll overload on it. But our sync holds. She pulled him close. Lips brushed his temple. You hold me. Footsteps clattered. Juno appeared. Eyes sharp. Perimeter tight. Runes pulling elders early. Testing your map. Back in the main hall. Chaos brewed. Staff nilled, ignoring Eli's lines. Rune directed from a dais, herding elders into the second choke. Eli stepped forward, voice calm. He projected at mid-air, lines pulsing. Procession 1, nursery. Clear. A staffer balked. Tradition dies today. Savi's tone lashed. Crest blazed crimson. Staff snapped to lines. Rune descended, robes swirling. Human meddling disrupts harmony. Eli pointed to the datapad. Your timing's due. Check convergence 3. The Chancellor snatched it, scanned. Color drained from his frills. Coincidence. Borrelia watched from her throne, silent. Her gaze weighed Eli like alloy. Juno murmured at his ear, "Backup's yours. Say word. No need." Eli adjusted a final flow, guest overflow to side arches. Staff complied, bodies shifting like well-drilled crew. All cleared. Paths breathed. Savi gripped his hand. Rite begins. Trumpets blared. Vines stirred. Leaves rustling hunger. Court assembled. Elders first. Crests linked in glow chain. Nursery delegation followed, cradling registry crystals. Guards flanked wide. Rune positioned himself at Convergence 3. Baton hidden in sleeve. Eyes on Eli. Princess entered on Eli's arm. Her free hand cradled the swell. Court gasped. Human touch on royal skin. Borrelia rose. The rite claims truth. Vines, judge. Tendrils uncoiled. Thick as thighs, they snaked toward the center. Air hummed with empathy pull. Court emotions crashing like waves. Fear. Ambition. Rage. Eli breathed deep. Synced with Savi. In, out. Her chest rose to his rhythm. Vines brushed her crest. Flared acceptance. Touched her belly. Air pulsed strong. Then Eli. Tendril coiled his wrist. Pain lanced. Nerves firing overload. Court hate flooded. Outsider. Thief. End him. He gritted teeth. Shared the load. Sayavi's calm anchored. Breathe. Ground. Rune lunged. Deception. His baton sparked toward the air-bearers. Eli's kit snapped open. Non-lethal dart flew. Hit Rune's neck. Chancellor crumpled, foam-binding limbs. Gasps rippled. Vines reared, sensed spill intent. But no blood fell. Paths held. Tendril squeezed Eli's arm, tested. Truth held. Loyalty, protection. No lie. It withdrew. Court knelt. Borrelia approached. Claw on his shoulder. You rewrote fate, Tyrann. Not with force, with sight. Sayavi kissed him fierce. Our family stands. Rune twitched in bonds. Juno hauled him up. Chancellor's done. Dawn vines bloomed gold. Rite sealed. But Eli spotted a new shadow. Elder frills twitching. Plot deeper. Juno leaned in. Archives pinged. Rune had a compass. Chancellor Rune spat foam from his lips as Juno yanked him upright. Purity inspection. His voice cracked through the chamber like shattered crystal. The rite demands it. Isolate the princess. The human taints her. Guards surged forward. Crests flared red with duty. Sevi clutched Eli's arm, her belly a warm shield between them. Eli felt her pulse race under his palm. No. Eli's voice cut clean. He stepped in front of her. Emergency medical ethics override. Tri-species scan team. Now, or you risk the air. Rune laughed, a wet rasp. Terran protocols mean nothing here. Seize him. 2 guards lunged. Scaled fists aimed for Eli's throat. He dropped low. Shock strip whipped from his belt. Crackled blue. First guard convulsed, claws scraping air. Eli spun. Zip ties snapped tight around scaled wrists. Second guard charged. Eli sidestepped. Strip kissed the neck. Jolt dropped him twitching. Ties bound ankles to wrists in seconds. Court froze. Vines hummed low, tendrils curling back from the fallen. Sayavi's breath hitched. Her hand gripped Eli's shoulder. Pride burned in her eyes. Queen Borrelia rose from her throne. Her claws clicked on stone. Halt. Silence crushed the air. She glided forward, frills fully extended. Judgment incarnate. Chancellor, your right twists under my gaze. Continue it, fully. Or forfeit your place. Rune sagged in Juno's grip. Majesty the human. Silence. Borrelia's eyes locked on Eli. Terran. Explain your demand. Eli kept his stance loose, hands visible. No threat. Pregnancy's fragile. Cross species. One wrong scan fries nerves. Terran Medethics, neutral team. Human, Soren, neutral third like Hale's people. Verifies purity without harm. Juno nodded sharp from the sidelines. Her human boots planted firm amid alien scales. Standard protocol. I've cleared it with archives. Tri-team assembles in 5. Guards hauled the bound pair aside. No fight left. Court murmurs swelled. Human felled warriors, without kill. Savy leaned into Eli. Her crest brushed his jaw. A secret spark. Rune snarled. Deception hides in his calm. Inspect her alone. Dorelia waved a claw. Scanners hummed to life. Tri-team entered. Soren healer with glowing frills. Human medic from Juno's ship. Avian neutral from outer rims. Beak-clicking datapads. Proceed. Queen's voice brooked no delay. Healer tendrils extended first. Brushed Savy's swell. Lights pulsed green. Air strong. Pure Soren line. Laced with Terran vigor. Human scanner next. Eli watched its beam dance. Precise. No overload. Bond confirmed. No taint. Viable hybrid. Avian chirped final verdict. Ethics hold. Truth clear. Rune thrashed. Lies. The outsider. Enough. Varelia turned to him. Her shadow swallowed his form. You wielded vines as weapons. He shielded with knowledge. Exile looms for you, Chancellor. Not them. Seovi exhaled, pulled Eli close. Her lips grazed his ear. You saw the trap before I did. Eli squeezed her hand. Felt the kick beneath. Tiny fighter. Just procedure. Keeps everyone breathing. Juno clapped his back. Archives confirm. Rune's accomplices in the wings. Elder frills twitch wrong. Court knelt as Varelia reclaimed her throne. Vines bloomed anew. Gold threading silver. Right reborn under her watch. But Eli caught it. A guard's crest flickering signal to the shadows. Rune's eyes gleamed. Unbroken. Plot coiled deeper. Scans complete. The tri-team bowed out. Seevi rose with Eli's help. Her weight shifted. Grace unbroken. Court eyes followed. Princess unchained. Human at her side. Rune twisted in bonds. Whispered to a nearby aide. Fetch the elders. Purity's veil thins. Eli tensed. Juno's hand hovered near her sidearm. Incoming? Always. Eli scanned the arches. Frills rustled beyond torchlight. 3 elders emerged. Frills ancient purple. Claws etched with old rites. Varelia stiffened. Chancellor invokes elder witness. Rune nodded frantic. They sense deeper. The bond. Unnatural. Elders circled Seovi. Tendrils finer than before. Needle probes. One brushed her crest. She flinched. Eli blocked. Wait. Neural sync first. Or overload. Healer paused. Terran right. Prep her. Probes hummed. Seovi synced breaths with Eli. Chest to chest. In, out. Calm flooded her frills. Tendril pierced light. Data streamed. Love, fierce, loyalty, bone deep. Air, thriving. Elders recoiled. Purple frills drained gray. Truth, pure. Rune bellowed. Impossible. Varelia silenced him with a glance. Guards dragged him toward the vaults. Your ambition blinds. Exile awaits dawn. Seovi kissed Eli full. Court gasped anew. Human lips on royal crest. Bond sealed twice over. Juno smirked. Nice work, Mercer. 2 guards, 1 chancellor. Clean. Eli shrugged. Tools do the job. Dawn light pierced the hall. Vines framed the couple in gold. Family stood. But as elders retreated, one lingered. Frill twitched. A hidden signal. Eli's gut twisted. Rune's web spanned farther. Accomplices stirred in the outer rings. Savi's hand found his. We face it together. Eli nodded. Watched the shadow lengthen. Next trap brewed. He readied his kit. Queen Varelia clamped her claws around Eli Mercer's forearm. She yanked him toward the ancestral dais at the hall's heart. Dawn vines framed the stone platform in pulsing gold. Vow custody protection, Terran. For my heir's child. Now. Eli stumbled but caught his balance. His toolkit slapped his thigh. The court's eyes bored into him. Frills flared wide, claws scraping marble. Sevi stood 10 paces off, her crest rigid, hand cradling the subtle swell. Juno flanked her. Human posture straight amid alien sways. He scanned the dais. Carved oaths glowed under crystal nodes, binding neural imprints. No Terran fine print here. Custody how? Full control or backup? Norelia's frills snapped tight. Shield parent. You guard the bloodline. No deviation.
Eli nodded once. Practical.
He unzipped his kit, pulled a flex pad. Terran Guardian contract. Standard diplomatic template. I sign for protection. But clauses tie to Syvi's choice. She directs.
I execute. Murmurs rippled.
A noble's frill quivered. Terran paper against royal stone? Verilia leaned in. Her breath hummed hot against his ear. Paramone sharp assessing. Show me. Eli thumbed the pad. Holotext bloomed. Duty of care. Non-interference. Revocable by principle. He added, live. Shield parent activates on maternal consent only.
Child's welfare paramount. No court override without dual sign.
Savi pushed forward. Juno blocked a hovering attendant. Let her through. The princess snatched the pad. Her claws clicked approval. This binds him to me, not your throne games. She pressed her royal seal, a crest node that flared blue. Public feed captured it, broadcasting to outer rings. I name Eli Mercer shield parent. Sayavi's voice cut crystal clear. By my choice. For our child. Court gasped. Frills drained color. Therelia froze. Then nodded sharp. Countersign the stone. Bind it eternal. Eli synced the pad to the dais node. Data flowed seamless. Crystal hummed acceptance. Dual oath locked. Claws erupted in applause. But one frill didn't join. Chancellor Rune Talvak shoved from the vault shadows. Guards trailed, confused. Halt! Legal objection. Verelia whirled. Exile decreed at dawn. You stand condemned. Rune's polish cracked. Frill veins pulsing red. Dawn broke. Elders granted review. Unnatural bond voids the vow. He thrust a data crystal. The lingering elder from before stepped forward. Frill twitching signal. Probe confirms. Terran influence corrupts air sync. Assembly hushed. Savi gripped Eli's hand. Her claws pricked skin. Trust absolute. Eli's gut settled. Trial by questions. Alien protocol Juno briefed him on. Verbal gauntlet. No lies survive elder probes. Rune paced the dais edge. Question 1, Terran. Did you engineer the pregnancy? Force royal sync? Eli met his gaze. Flat. No, mutual choice. Neural logs prove it. Elder tendril extended. Fine probe hovered. Eli held still. It brushed his temple. Cool scan. No flinch. Truth. Elder rasped. Rune sneered. Question 2. Does your contract subvert Soren law? Shield parent cedes agency to alien? Not subvert. Enhance. Eli tapped the hollow. Soren tradition demands protector. Terran clause ensures consent. Sayavi chooses path. I shield it. Probe pierced again. Data streamed. Court feeds mirrored his calm pulse. Truth, Elder intoned. Frills across the hall softened. Runes circled faster. Claws scraped. Final question. Will you abandon the child if Terran interests conflict? Prove loyalty now. Eli glanced at Savi. Her eyes locked. Fierce, pregnant glow, undimmed. He pulled a secondary tool from his kit. Bioscanner. Scan me. Full profile. Terran baseline shows commitment via oxytocin markers. Bone deep. Juno stepped up. Protocol translation. Human guardians, oath equivalent. Eli's cleared 100 bonds. No defaults. Rune lunged for the scanner. Lies. Seized the device. Eli sidestepped. Scanner whirred. Self-seal engaged. He tossed it to the elder. Independent verify. Probe tendril merged with the tool. Lights danced. Assembly leaned in. Elder recoiled. Frill surged violet. Loyalty pure. Oxytocin floods rival Soren prime bond. Child thrives under dual shield. Rune bellowed. Impossible. Humans weaken. Berelia silenced him with a claw snap. Guards pinned his arms. Objection overruled. Web unravels. Chancellor, accomplices, named in your crystal. Sayavi pulled Eli close. Her crest brushed his jaw. Intimate sync pulse. Warmth flooded his nerves. Bond hummed deeper. Court erupted cheers. Vines pulsed brighter, but Eli caught it. Outer ring shadows shifted. The Elder's frill twitched again. Subtle code. Rune's glare locked on a veiled figure retreating. Not over, Juno murmured at his shoulder. Nice clauses, Mercer. Locked him in. Eli squeezed Savi's hand. Family first. He eyed the shadows. Kit ready. Next probe incoming. Rune tore his arms from the guard's grip. Mercer, you dodge scans. Now face lineage law. His voice sliced through the cheers. Crystal projectors hummed to life, beaming Sorin statutes in glowing script. Eli stood firm. Savi's hand tightened in his, her crest pulse steady blue against his skin. He met Rune's glare. No shout, just facts. Lineage requires prime bond consent, Rune snarled. He paced, frill flaring crimson. Human? No Sorin mark. No registry. Child claims exile partner, but translate that, Terran. Court murmurs swelled. Vines dimmed overhead. Eli felt the trap, words twisting like loose cables. Request live language buffer, Eli said. He tapped his wrist comm. Juno nodded, syncing her unit. Protocol. Real-time parse. No gaps. Rune laughed, sharp and metallic. Buffer delays truth. But he waved a claw. Projectors split screens. Dual feeds. Raw Sorin glyphs beside Terran overlay. Eli scanned the text. His buffer beeped. Mismatch alert. Hold. Prime bond renders as exclusive claim. Alteration flagged. Time-stamped. Gasps rippled. Rune froze. His frill twitched, pale. Error. Human tech lies. Verify, Eli said. He flicked the comm. Juno patched the Elder's probe link. Lights synced, feed stabilized. Court leaned in. Raw glyphs glowed. Consent via dual registry, not blood alone. Rune's version flickered, overwritten. Caught, Juno muttered at Eli's side. Your buffer's military grade, logs everything. Savi stepped forward. Her belly swelled under silk robes, but her stride cut sharp. Nursery registry. She slapped a crystal into the central projector. Hollow bloomed. Scans, timestamps. Her crest mark intertwined with Eli's bioprint. Queen's Statute 47. Prime. She declared. Voice like forged steel. Air consent overrides exile if registry dual locks before third moon. We filed at dawn rise. Witnessed. Elder frill surged green. Verified. Child shielded. Dual bond holds. Rune lunged for the crystal. Guards blocked him. Fabrication. Princess coerced. Silence. Queen Varelia rose from her throne vine, her eyes locked on Run. Cold as void space. Claws extended. My statutes, my bloodline. You warp them? Court fell quiet. Vines pulsed, warning red. Eli squeezed Saevi's hand. Her warmth grounded him. No dominance. Just proof. Varelia turned to the assembly. Vote now. Deny evidence? Step forward. Her gaze swept the ring. Shadows stilled. No one moved. Chimes rang. Affirmatives lit the floor. Overwhelming green. Rune sagged. This weakens the line. Web unravels further. Varelia cut in. Your accomplices flee. Guards. Seal exits. Eli watched the veiled figure bolt from the outer ring. Juno's hand hovered near her, stun prod. Got eyes on it, Mercer. Savi leaned into Eli. Her crest sinked deeper. Oxytocin echo hummed in his veins. We hold. Cheers erupted again, but Eli's kit buzzed. Incoming ping. Encrypted Terran relay. Juno frowned at her comm. Off-world signal. Rune's not alone. Queen Varelia descended the throne. She halted before Eli. Claw graced his shoulder. Test, not threat. Terran, you document what we overlook. Child safe. Prove further? Eli nodded. Family first. Kits primed. Rune twisted in chains. Vote binds nothing. Ceremony trap activates. Alarms wailed. Vines contracted. Central floor irised open. A pit trap yawned, rigged with null field emitters. Gas hissed. Eli yanked Saevi back. Down! He triggered kit deploy. Grapple line snapped to a vine stub. Juno fired suppressors. Gas neutralized. Guards hauled Rune to the edge. He smirked. Fall, human. Eli swung them clear. Bioscanner word. Field mapped. Weak point. Emitter core. He hurled a disruptor pulse. Sparks flew. Kit sealed. Court stared. Elder frill blazed gold. Human foresight. Trap foreseen. Borrelia signaled Juno. Liaison. Extract data from Chancellor. Sayavi clutched Eli's arm. Her eyes shone. You saw it coming. Not over, Eli murmured. Shadows hid more eyes. His comm pinged again. Terran embassy alert. Off-world players inbound. Rune laughed as guards dragged him. Fleet waits. Your bonds snap. Eli pulled Savi closer. Bond thrummed. Kit ready. They faced the Queen. Protect them, Varelia commanded. Earn the line. Eli met her gaze. No words. Action spoke. Juno clapped his shoulder. Clauses locked. Next play? Kit vents hissed faint. Deeper game stirred. Eli eyed the sealed floor. Probe. Incoming. Rune's chained fingers flickered, a sharp twist toward the shadowed balconies. Eli caught it. Too late to shout. The court erupted. Loyalists surged from the fringes, frills flaring crimson, shoving elders aside. Hooves thundered on the vine-woven floor. They barreled straight for Sayavi's platform, horns lowered, eyes locked on her swollen belly. Stampede, Eli barked. He shoved Savi behind the dais pillar. Her hand gripped his arm, bond pulse racing. No time for words. Juno's kit slapped into his palm, prepped from the pit trap. Eli thumbed the deploy tab. Nanite struts whirred out. He grabbed the nearest ceremonial bench, heavy crystal wood, etched with Sorin crests. One yank, flipped it end over. Struts locked onto legs, fusing them mid-air. Crowd hit the platform edge. A horn gouged the stone inches from Eli's boot. He swung the braced bench like a battering ram. Impact shuddered up his arms. Two attackers crumpled, ribs cracking. Eli pivoted. Second bench snatched from the dais runner. Struts clicked. He wedged it against the first, forming a V-wall. Third bench piled on top. 10 seconds flat. Fortress stood, chest high, unyielding. Screams peaked. More bodies piled against the barricade. A loyalist vaulted. Ellie's elbow met jaw. Crunch! Man tumbled back into the crush. Sayavi crouched beside him, unharmed. Her frill pulsed blue, calm amid chaos. Drones. Spotlight the crimson frills. Tag for neurolock. Palace drones hummed to life overhead. Pinlights stabbed down, bathing attackers in white glare. Holotags bloomed. Arrest markers chaining wrists mid-charge. Drones swooped. Stun pulses crackling. 3 loyalists dropped twitching. Eli reloaded Juno's kit. Disruptor charges next. A hoof smashed the barricade top. Crystalwood splintered. He jammed a charge into the gap. Bloom of sparks. Attacker reared back, smoking. Juno fired from the flank, suppressors barking. Ally, perimeter holding, Queen inbound. Court guards rallied at last, spears thrusting into the mob, but the stampede split, half-wheeled toward the Queen's throne, vines ripping under massed weight. Borrelia rose from her dais. No rush. Her voice boomed, amplified by crown implants. Treason. Guards, seize the disloyal. This right endures. She stepped onto the central platform, hooves precise on the sealed pit vents. Her gaze swept Eli's barricade. Frill, gold, flecked, calculation. Eli couldn't parse it. Not now. Savi leaned into him, breath steady. They came for me. The child. Kit's got more. Eli scanned the crush. Rune's signal had lit a fuse. Dozens marked, but shadows still boiled. One loyalist broke through left flank, horn aimed at Sayavi's back. Eli lunged. Tackle low. Terran rugby hold. They rolled. Hoof grazed his ribs. Bruise, not break. He drove elbow into throat. Attacker gurgled, went limp. Sayavi's drone tag locked on. Guards dragged him off. Varelia halted paces away. Her guards formed a wedge, spears out, human. Your wall stands. Chancellor's loyalists falter. Eli rose, dusting crystal shards. Not done. Probe from below. Vents, cycling. She tilted her head. Scent glands flared, testing air. You smell it. Gas residue, null field echo. He tapped the kit scanner. Readings spiked. Pit emitters rebooting. Juno slid beside them, rifle slung. Terran embassy feed. Runes off-world backers jamming signals. Fleet signatures inbound orbit. Sci-Fi clutched Eli's sleeve. Her free hand cradled the bump. Child kicked, bond thrumming reassurance. Mother, bind the right now, before they fracture us. Virelia eyed the barricade, then Eli. You protect without claim. Terran. She extended a gauntleted hand. Queen to engineer. Prove the line endures. Eli clasped it. Firm, no bow. Family first. Alarms shifted pitch. New wail from the balconies. Vines shuddered. Hidden panels irised. Archers knocked. Bolts glowing poison blue. Eli yanked Sci-Fi low. Incoming bolts arced. One shattered against the benchtop. Shards rained. Eli's kit whirred. Shield field snapped up, deflecting the volley in azure flickers. Drones pivoted, lights hunting archers. Guards charged the balconies. But vents hissed louder. Lure trembled. Probe breached. Virelia spun. Seal it! Too slow. A claw tip punched through. Null field tendril. Coiling for Savvy. Eli primed the kit's core charge. Got it. He hurled it straight down. Explosion muffled. Tendril spasmed. Retracted. Vents slammed shut. Court fell silent. Loyalists slumped, tagged and bound. Elders' frills blazed unanimous gold. Sci-Fi rose, eyes fierce on Eli. Bond sang. Deeper now. Unbreakable. Virelia nodded once. Right holds. Human stays. Rune's distant laugh echoed from the cells. Fleet burns your welcome. Eli checked the scanner. Orbitals blinked red. Inbound heat. Juno grinned. Klaus is ready. We evac? Savvy pulled Eli close. No, we fight as one. Pit vents whispered again. Deeper claws scratched. Game escalated. Eli slammed the bench shut, sealing the probe's remnants. Vents hissed defiance from the pit below. Claws scraped deeper, rhythmic now, like a heartbeat plotting revenge. Sci-Fi gripped his arm. Her frills pulsed violet, bond thrumming urgency. Eli. Scanners clear. He tapped the hollow. Orbitals stabilized green. Juno's voice crackled from his calm. Fleets bluffing, clauses locked, runes done. Queen Virelia rose from her throne dais. Her gauntlets gleamed under dome lights. Elders leaned in, frills gold and expectant. Court convenes. Right demands closure. Guards dragged Rune from the cells. His robes hung torn, but his eyes locked on Savvy's. Swell predator scenting leverage. The air carries alien seed. Succession fractures. Virelia silenced him with a gesture. Vines retracted from the dome, revealing the assembly. Nobles, envoys, drone swarms, hovering. She turned to Eli. Terran, you shield my blood. Accept consort title.
Stabilize the line. Lock this schemer out.
Eli straightened. No bow. His kit hummed low, shield field dormant. Goal. Keep Sci-Fi safe without chains. Consort implies crown games. I request one status. Savvy's chosen partner. Legal bond. Nothing more. Murmurs rippled. Rune smirked. Human presumes equality. He dilutes the throne. Sci-Fi stepped forward. Her hand found Eli's, fingers interlaced, bond sparking warmth through his skin. She faced the court in royal cadence, voice carrying like thunder vines uncoiling. Eli Mercer stands as my chosen partner in right and blood. Answer with title, or forfeit claim. Silence crushed the dome. Elders' frills flickered. Blue debate, gold ascent. Drones whirred, recording every frill twitch. Rune lunged against his guards. Pawn! The child. The assembly erupted. King! One shout, then 1,000. Frills blazed crimson gold, vines shuddering in unison. King Eli, King! Eli's pulse spiked. He squeezed Sci-Fi's hand. Not domination, just family. But the word hung heavy, drones amplifying it across the fleet net. Virelia raised her arms. Silence fell like a shield drop.
So named.
Treaty law binds it. She pivoted to Rune. You weaponized the heir's joy. Exiled. Now. Rune's face twisted. You crown a soft skin? Fleet clauses invoke. Juno strode in. Terran tablet glowing. Her boots echoed on polished stone. Article 17. Sabotage voids faction rights. Human protocol ratified. Evac your assets, Chancellor. Or forfeit. Guards hauled Rune toward the pit lifts. His laugh barked. Proby was warning. Deeper claws come. Your king bleeds easy. Pit vents screamed. Claws punched through. 3 null tendrils, thicker, coiling for the throne. Nobles dove. Eli yanked Seavi behind the bench. Field up! His kit snapped Azure Barrier. Tendrils slammed it. Sparks flew, field holding at 87%. Varelia drew her scepter blade. Plasma Edge hummed. Seal the pit! Juno primed her rifle. Eli, core charge again? Negative. He scanned the fissures. Human eyes caught the pattern. Vent rhythm matched Rune's pulse. Sabotage link. Varelia, your scepter, frequency match. She tossed it. Eli slotted it into his kit. Hack complete. Scepter overrode the tendril's null field. He triggered pulse. Tendril spasmed, retracting with wet snaps. Vents fused shut, stone glowing. Court exhaled. Frills gold-locked. Sevi pressed against him, breath hot on his neck. King or not? Eli handed back the scepter. Just Eli. Varelia clasped his shoulder. Queen to equal. The line endures. Because of you. Juno grinned. Orbitals green. Rune's shuttle launches. Clean win. But Eli's scanner pinged. Deep scan. Pit core trembled. Not claws. Something bigger stirred. Rune's voice echoed from the lift shaft. Crown your pet. The broodmother wakes. Seavi stiffened. Bond flared alarm. Beryllia's frills darkened. The old probe vault, sealed epochs ago. Eli checked the hollow. Red bloom swelled beneath. Game's not over. He primed the kit. Family first. They moved as one.